show you my toys.
Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the McFarlane Toys Fortnite Black Knight action figure. This is the third Fortnite figure I have gotten. This is the first Fortnite figure that appears to come with back bling and pickaxe that are actually appropriate for the figure. Once again, this is the Black Knight figure. He comes with the Excalibur pickaxe, and then he comes with the black shield back bling. He also comes with a grenade launcher, which is not necessarily for him, but the other pickaxe and back bling are for him, whereas the previous figures have come with back bling and pickaxes that were not necessarily intended for them. For the front of the package, you got Fortnite. You see the figure and his accessories, ages 12 up. Black Knight is the figure. On the top, we've got a picture of the figure with his back bling on. McFarlane Toys with the Spawn logo. Fortnite Black Knight. Side, got the figure just chilling. Other side, similar. Back side, we see the rest of Wave 1 and then the upcoming Wave 2, which is not that hard to figure out who the actual figures are. There are leaked photos online, no problem. The bottom, got a barcode and a bunch of text that's really meaningless. So, how about we pop this guy open and see what's up? Alright, well, upon first glance, this figure looks really nice. His paint job is almost absolutely perfect. I see pretty much no flaws. His articulation is really nice as well. He seems to share a lot of parts with the Skull Trooper, but we'll talk about that a little more later. Here is the figure in his entirety, Black Knight. Him and his accessories. He comes with the Excalibur as his pickaxe, the black shield, the grenade launcher, and then of course a boring Fortnite stand that I don't really care about. Like I said before, this is the third Fortnite figure that I have purchased. This is still part of Series 1. There are a total of 4 figures in Series 1, but they were not all released at the same time. I got this guy from GameStop.com. He retailed for $24.99. I got him for about $20. There was some coupon code that applied without me even being aware of it, which was really nice. I got him and the other figure for $40 shipped. Both this figure's pickaxe and back bling actually are part of this guy's skin set. It's pretty cool they actually made them that match. Some of the other figures have not quite fully matched. So this guy looks really cool. Check out his face. He's a 7-inch knight figure. I'm not really into Lord of the Rings or knights and things like that, but this guy looks really nice. I don't really have any other figures that he goes with, so I can't comment as to if there are a lot of 7-inch knight type figures out there or not. He's got the little sash on his shoulder, the computer monitor like the other figures. Little knight, some sort of soft material here. Really like the way he looks. Really like it a lot. Got this nice texture on his sculpt here. Alright, so let's look at this guy's accessories. I'm not going to waste any time on the stand. It's a stand. It's got some little peg hole things on them. Bam, who cares? First, his grenade launcher. Now this is not character specific. All the guns are just as you find them throughout the game, but this looks really nice. I like the color scheme. It could be a little bit more detailed as far as painted, different pieces, but in general, I like it very much. Next, we've got the Excalibur. Nice name. It's not really a bloodstain, just sort of red paint, kind of like his logo, I guess. Looks pretty nice, a little bit different. Here's the front of it. See the bottom, we got the little thing. And then the black shield. It's got a little peg here that can go into a peg hole in the guy's back, and their back blings are interchangeable. I think this line is going to be really cool when you start having 12, 16, 20 figures to be able to customize and change around as you see fit. Here's the Black Knight holding his pickaxe and wearing his back bling. Fits in there, no problem. Looks really nice. I do wish there was some way you could hold it as an actual shield for different uses. And then he's holding his axe. I like to use 2 hands to do it. And in all my videos, we'll go ahead and have him chopping down the background, mining for some brick here. And as he mines his way through there, I was wondering what he was doing. He heard a chest behind there. Let's go and open that thing up. Now here's his pickaxe by itself. It can be held with either one hand or two hands. I kind of prefer to hold it with two hands when doing an action pose. And then here's his pickaxe compared to the other ones that they've released so far. This one came with the Cuddle Team Leader, this one came with the Skull Trooper, and then this one came with the Raptor, just for size purposes. Next, let's check out his back bling. His shield, it attaches very easily with a peg into a peg hole on his back. I had a little bit of trouble with these Skull Troopers being kind of hard to get fully in there and being concerned about it possibly snapping off, but this one here, I must say, with complete ease, goes all the way in, stays on very firmly. I can even hold him with it. Comes out absolutely no problem. These back blings are interchangeable just like in the game. You can select your skin, the Black Knight, as well as his set that looks good and makes sense together, or you can have absolutely completely random things going together, just really whatever you want to do. So here's the Cuddle Team Leader's back bling. It's peg hole, should fit in no problem, and bam, it sure does. See him with this nice little bow on the back. Now here is his back bling by itself, and here it is compared to the other ones for the other figures. Here's the Skull Troopers, here is the Cuddle Team Leaders, and then here is Raptors, the most recent one. Once again, all of which are interchangeable and can customize your figure into almost endless possibilities as the figures continue to be released. Next, I would like to check out his grenade launcher. Not one of my favorite weapons in the game, but it does have its uses. I don't really like that it bounces around. It can be kind of hard to control where it goes. Prefer the RPG big time. Has nice little red sort of stripe on the back. I like the color, but it could be detailed quite a bit more. I see the sculpt. Seems like it intended for some extra detailing. Now, as all the other Fortnite figures are, this guy seems to only be left-handed. His left hand has the trigger finger. This thing can be held by, really can go in either hand, but if you want to do it right, it has to go into the trigger finger hand. And it can be held with one hand, really no problem. But I think it's really intended to be held with two hands, and that's how he looks with it. And just one more closer look at the grenade launcher. Next, let's check out the grenade launcher with the other Fortnite weapons that have been released so far. Here is the Scar that came with the Cuddle Team Leader. Here is the Bolt action sniper rifle that came with the Skull Trooper. And then here's the drum gun, or Tommy gun as it will be referred to outside of the game, that came with the Raptor figure. Here it is compared to another couple of grenade launchers I have in my collection. One of these came with the Mattel DC Multiverse Suicide Squad Rick Flag figure, and one came with one of the Expendables figures from that line. Now here he is holding a different figure's pickaxe and wearing a different figure's back bling, and a different figure holding his pickaxe and wearing their back bling. Like I said, interchangeable, customizable, pretty cool aspect of these figures. Now that we've taken a long, thorough look at his accessories, let's see how tall this figure is. McFarlane figures are traditionally the 7-inch scale, a little bit larger than your Marvel Legends or DC Universe Classics figure. This figure here appears to be a little bit more than 7 inches. From the bottom of my finger, he's right about 7 1/3 inches tall. Pretty good size figure. Of course, that is going to the top of his helmet. Next, let's look at the figure's articulation. I would say it is standard Fortnite figure articulation, but of course this is only the third figure, the second male figure in the line, so there isn't exactly a standard, but it's very similar to the Skull Trooper. His head, of course, it can barely go around. Well, it goes around quite a bit. I was thinking it's obstructed by his sort of scarf thing here, but it's not. It can go completely around, can look up, really not very far, and then down barely at all. It is obstructed for some of this. Feels like it would be able to go further. He's got shoulders that go out this far. Absolutely insane, quite a bit. He's got sort of two different joint things in here now. His shoulders can move independently of this inner ring, and that inner ring can also move, giving him a huge range of motion with his arms. Can do absolutely everything you can imagine. So it's like two joints in one. Whoa, that popped out. But pops right back in. So then he's got a bicep cut right here. Double jointed elbows. He's got no forearm cut. He's got, of course, the wrist that can go completely around, no problem, as well as down and up. He has no ab crunch. It's one solid piece here. It's no soft goods on top. It's actually nothing going on inside of there. Exact same on the other side. Can do all kind of stuff. I love this figure so far. He's got a waist swivel and a ball joint there that can go up and down. So it allows him to look down like so, as well as look up like that. Then his hips come out. Can almost completely do the splits. You can kind of hear the clicking as the joints fall into place with each segment they're supposed to. Go forward this far. Go back, really, not at all. Double joint knees can go all the way around. Then he's got his ankles completely go around, completely rocks and swivels, and goes up, goes down. He also has toe articulation, go up, go down. So he should be able to take a ton of poses, crouch, snipe, all that stuff that he can do in the game, as well as, of course, hit the dance poses. Here he is next to the Skull Trooper figure. I wanted to talk about his reuse real quick. Honestly, I think they did a good job reusing it. It doesn't bother me at all, and it looks like a lot of the future male figures will be using this sort of clunky, same body. So his feet, I do believe they are absolutely identical, painted slightly differently. Then this area here is pretty much identical as well. The only difference is his straps are sort of textured. So it almost seems like they used the same base leg and then just sort of added some texturing upon there. You can kind of see the texturing on the Skull Trooper to the right versus the smooth straps on the Black Knight. That is the absolute only difference so far. In the legs, everything is identical from the waist down, just painted slightly differently. Their torso is quite a bit different, as he has one solid piece and he has an ab crunch. Their arms, at least the hand is identical. His has a little sort of computer thing on it, and his has that sculpted but it's not painted on his. They both have the computer on the forearm, kind of like the Predator. The back part of the arm, I believe, would be off the same body, but then they added texturing on top of his. This strap thing looks like it's probably the same on both the guys. I could be wrong about that. His head is completely different, so hands, legs, complete bottom half the same. But they did a really good job making them look different from each other, if you ask me. Here he is compared to the other Fortnite figures that I have so far, and all of them that have been released. We've got a Co-Team Leader, Black Knight, Raptor, and Skull Trooper. Here he is compared to my entire Fortnite McFarlane collection. Same as before, but I have 4 Skull Troopers. Why would you buy 4 Skull Troopers, D-Hunter? Well, I bought them to use as Scarecrow thugs in my Batman world. Here he is compared to some fellow McFarlane action figure 7-inch lines. On the far left, we've got Abrams from Walking Dead. Then we've got Black Knight from Fortnite. And then we've got someone from Mass Effect, a video game. And then we've got the Stranger Things Hopper on the far right. These all scale up to each other pretty nicely. All 7-inch, made from the same company, McFarlane Toys. Here he is next to some Diamond Select figures. These are also 7-inch scale, kind of on the larger side of things. This is Janos from Ghostbusters 2. He's a shorter individual. Then we've got Gordon from Gotham. And there's, God, I can't remember his name, from Mallrats. And then whoever the character was, played by Bruce Willis in Pulp Fiction. These do scale up pretty nicely with the Fortnite figures, if I may say so. Here he is compared to some various 7-inch NECA figures. Here he is compared to some 6-inch Hasbro Marvel Legends figures. Here he is compared to some Mattel WWE figures. Here he is compared to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. Here he is compared to a Batman Incorporated Knight figure. This is an ally of Batman that kind of has a Knight Batman-ish looking suit. And here he is holding a sword and holding his back bling as if it were a shield. Now here is next to some custom Fortnite accessories. You saw the chest earlier. Here he is opening it. Here he is next to a shopping cart I own that works for this size figures. It's a little bit too large. He can go around pushing his buddies in there and sniping people. Here he is pushing around one of his buddies with the drum gun, getting ready to take people out. Here he is with a balloon that came with another action figure, and it has a bendable wire down here and it can attach to his back, just like in the game where they're jumping around and almost weightless. And here he is with a few of those balloons to jump even higher. Here he is on his knees begging for mercy versus 4 bunny rabbit looking guys with RPGs all aimed at him. These are wrestling figures that I thought kind of fit into the Fortnite world. Here's a nice little battle royale scene with a few figures in my action figure collection that scream Fortnite to me. We've got a couple guys in a shopping cart getting ready to charge at these other guys in a shopping cart with an RPG. Got the Cuddle Team leader back there fighting some toy man type guy with a minigun. Then we got a couple guys opening chests on the next level. And then up top we've got a couple of skull troopers with their snipers getting ready to take people down. Overall, I must say this is a solid figure. I like him. Maybe not quite as much as the Cuddle Team leader and the Skull Trooper because I was really excited for those two. But he's a really solid figure in himself. If you like the game and have any interest in these figures, you are going to want this guy. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, press like below. If you want to subscribe to more videos, subscribe and ask for notifications for new content. If you have any comments about the video, put them below. If you have any action figure review requests, put them below. Talk to you guys soon. This is D Hunter.